Yeah, I'm very excited to talk to you. I've been a fan of your music career from Sponge, The Crud, and now this new super group you got going on. We'll be getting into that, but here at Bionic Buzz, we are all about people's passion. I want to know where your passion for music kind of came from, led you on this amazing journey. Was a certain album inspired, a certain artist, or something that was just natural for you as a child?
The best recollection I can have of anything inspiring me to get involved in music at all, I think, was my dad taking to me and my brother to a Count Basie concert at a local outdoor mall, like before they put malls in, like, you know, they're all covered. It was like a big outdoor mall, and the band was playing, and it was the drummer, and I wish I could remember the drummer's name. You know, I don't know who was playing with Count Basie at the time, but I just thought the drumming was so powerful. And I think that just the power of music and the power of volume, you know, really got me excited. So I think that was probably a pivotal moment.
Mhm. Very cool. Well, I do want to ask one throwback question. I'll talk about my favorite Sponge track, Have You Seen Mary? Do you have any like fun stories about recording, writing that song? 'Cause that's still my favorite Sponge song.
Oh, very cool. That song kind of wrote itself, in that I recall, you know, being on a overnight bus trip. It was back when, you know, we were on a tour bus, and we had to do radio promotion for probably something on the first record. You know, it was like, could have been Molly at the time, but it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and we were waiting to go on the morning show by 8. But we were just sitting around warming up, and Mike Cross, the guitar player, one of the original guitar players, started playing that guitar riff, and that was just like, you know, it was really just kind of not planned. We weren't looking to write a tune, but he played that riff, and I just started singing the tune, you know. And the lyric is just based on a conversation I had with a gal I was hanging out with, you know. And the song just kind of wrote itself. We literally could have played it on the air that day, but we were not there to promote that song. It's a song that ended up on the second record.
Oh yeah, yeah. Love that record. Wax Ecstatic was so good. Great song. I love the music video too when he had like the roller derby. So yeah, it's funny because I'm a huge Howard Stern fan. He always talks about like your first record. I'm always like, dude, just check out the second album. He loves that Plowed song so much.
Yeah, he
But
loves that Plowed tune, man.
yeah, he talks about it all the time. But yeah, you got a new band. It's kind of a super group, at least in my opinion, because you got Dave from formerly from Megadeth. You got Fear Factor in there. I guess talk about the Lucid, how they got formed together, because you got a new album coming out in October and you already released a new single. But let's talk about the origins of how all you guys, I guess, met and formed this,
Well, I mean,
this band.
you know, the fellas contacted me through the spongetheband.com
Oh, really?
website. You know, it's like these emails. Some of these emails get pushed to me, and it wasn't like a direct. Like someone said, "Hey, do you have Ben's email? Can you give it to me because I want to send him some songs?" It was kind of like just hitting up the website, and I saw this email, and sometimes I don't see these emails, but I saw this particular email, and it was like, "We have some song ideas, and we'd like to send to you." And I wasn't even sure who we was, you know, like we. And I'm like, "Well, what do you got?" And then the next email was basically like, "Well, yeah, it might be a little too close to some of the other things you've done in Sponge, so just forget it." And at that point, they had my interest peaked. Like, what is this thing? I was like, "Send me the stuff anyway," which they did. They sent me some demos that they had been working on, and then I come to find out who they is: Drew Fortier and Mike Haller and David Ellefson. And I go, "Well, that's cool," and I'm glad I liked the music initially too. I was like, "That's cool," and look who's involved in the project. So at that point, I was like, I think I can write some things. As a matter of fact, I think the first thing that I wrote was a song that we haven't released yet. It's a song called "Hair," and it's a stern, you know, it feels like a throwback '90s radio jam.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Maggot Wind. This is the first song you've released so far, and it's great. It's a great song. I guess talk about putting like that one together.
Yeah, just probably just came through in a demo, and I'm trying to think. Like that song, I think was pretty complete, man. Like
Okay.
regarding the guitar and the drums and the bass, like the approach was pretty complete. I think my mission on that one was just to write lyrics and vocal melody and try to sing it and not suck.
Uh-huh. Is there any inspiration for the lyrics or anything? I mean, just looking at the title, it looks like a Slipknot like type song or something, you know?
I mean, the guys have been very kind regarding what it is that they let me write. And I just write stuff that I want to write about, and no one's told me I can't write about certain things.
That's
But
awesome.
the Maggot Wind thing is like, that whole song is like, the smell of maggots in the air. However, it's just, the song is all about just blind faith and how blind faith can lead to disaster. And that's what the song is about in a nutshell. Because there's the Jamestown reference and the Jim Jones type of reference. And
I
I
dig
think
that.
there's so much blind faith these days, in one way or another. It's a dangerous thing, and you can't have blind faith, man.
Absolutely. So what's kind of is it like what's the feel of this album? Like you said, it's more kind of like a throwback to like 90s, like some Sponge influence. You said when they first contacted you, or is there going to be kind of like different stuff we'll notice?
No, I think the next single that will come out is a thing called "Damn," which Mike Haller was responsible for initially shopping the album around, and the reaction that he was getting, and positive reactions, by the way. People said it was different because it felt like it had like 90s vocals, but it had a harder edge band, kind of more metal type band, but with 90s vocals influence. So, and these folks at the labels thought that was very different,
Very cool. Are you guys possibly going to tour at some point? I feel like Maggot Wind would just be the ultimate song to end the set with, especially how that song ends,
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
heavy, man. Yeah, it's very heavy. Yeah, I'm already picking up my rock clothes, man. I want to go do some shows. I need special pants, a cod piece, maybe a
love
leopard skin cod piece with. I'll get out my leather pants from 1996, man. I'll have to lose about 25 pounds though.
Gotcha. Well, I hope to see you live at some point. And then anything else coming up before I let you go? I know you just recently released a new Sponge record recently,
Yeah, the new Sponge record dropped August 6th. That's called Lavatorium. It was like writing a Sponge record and a Lucid record at the same time.
I love it. I forget, was it Dan? He's in Death by Stereo and also in Zebrahead. And one tour, he did a co-thing where they had, Death by Stereo open and Zebrahead play. So would it ever be like a Sponge and Lucid kind of tour together, or would that be just like blow your vocal cords out doing 2 sets every night?
As long as I could double dip with the money, baby. You know what I mean?
Hey!
I like that. Let's promote that right now.
All right, very cool. Let's make it happen. Well, cool. Thanks you so much for checking out. The album comes out October 15th. The single Maggot Wind is available now. It's coming out through SpoilerHead Records. Thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me, and we'll talk to you hopefully down the road and see you live at some point.
Look forward to it, Steve. Good to see you. Good to talk to you.
All right, man. Take care.
Cheers.